I don't hear anything.
You guys can't hear that?
No.
That's interesting. Hold on. Hold on.
Wait,
you don't have
can
any
you
internet?
hear that?
No, you don't need internet. Hold on. It's I can't hear it.
Everything
on,
on that
everybody.
screen is copywritten, by the way, so
Hold
you
on.
can't use it.
Hold on, everybody.
You have to start that over again.
Hold
Start that over
on.
again.
Clapperboard. Sync. Everybody good? Can we hear it?
Come on down to Texas Wing House. We got everything down here.
I'm leaving all of that in. All of that staying in.
It just sounds like it should
Great
be in
editing.
like a radio commercial.
Yeah,
It should, right?
it's a good
Texas
song.
Wing House.
Texas Wing.
Come on down to Texas Wing House.
Let's see how many people we could get sued by.
There's no such thing as Texas Wing House.
Yeah, but you know, you got Wingstop, Texas Roadhouse. You've got like 3 restaurants you're infringing on.
You know what? That Texas Roadhouse didn't even start in Texas.
Yeah, you said that last time, I believe.
Because I brought up, I was like, to a guy from Texas, I was like, you know, there's a Texas Roadhouse next to where I work. He didn't like that. He was like, it's not even from Texas.
Is that like the people when you're like, I love Italian food? I go to Olive Garden.
That is more offensive than Texas Roadhouse, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, it is. Yeah, it is.
At least
That
Texas
is
Roadhouse is like the shitty version of what it's pretending to be. Olive Garden saying it's Italian food is like Texas Roadhouse being like authentic Texas seafood.
Yeah.
All
Like,
right. So I typed in Texas Wing House. We don't have so these are all in El Paso. There is no Texas Wing House. There's simply Wing House Sports Bar and Grill. So I'm good on that.
Oh, yeah.
I can start that restaurant.
You're gonna get the trademarked?
Yeah.
You've got this weekend to do it because this is going live.
Yeah.
And I know
I'm supposed to. Well, someone's gonna steal my idea.
I know like
Try it.
Jonathan Kellogg or whoever the fuck owns whichever company owns everything.
What, you watch The Food That Built America?
No.
It's a good show.
I'm sure it is.
It's all about that.
I'm more of an unwrapped guy.
And
I remember
unwrapped.
that show.
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't
good
That's
show.
remember
good.
that.
I remember that.
I don't remember. I don't know what you're talking
What
about.
was your favorite Food Network show? Let's
Um,
go down a rabbit hole.
My favorite Food Network. Wait, it was just simply called Food Network.
The Food Network, like the channel.
The favorite show?
Yeah, what was your favorite show? Like Good Eats,
Oh.
Unwrapped,
I
Iron Chef
liked-
America, Chopped,
No, see,
Chopped Kids.
No, see, this goes way back to when I thought TV was very good.
Mm,
Before all the reality TV shows ruined every single channel.
like
Mhm.
19
History Channel actually had history on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
19 what? No, we're talking.
Sputnik was about to be launched.
When did Monster Quest come out?
I have no idea.
We're talking 15 years ago, maybe. Are you looking up Monster
Oh,
Quest?
yeah, I'm gonna
Okay,
look up.
yeah, you can be like the person who just
I'm
looks
always
up
the
this
person
stuff.
who looks on the
Yeah,
phone.
so I would have to say on that network they actually had interesting shows. They didn't have the competitions or the swearing and stuff. See, I like Gordon Ramsay,
Mm.
but I like Gordon Ramsay Uncharted. I don't
Yeah.
like the cooking shows or the ones where he does the remodels because I
Right.
think they're kind of fake.
Monster Quest first came out on October 31st, 2007,
Ooh,
and
spooky.
edited in
Okay.
2010.
Spooky.
Wow, I thought that lasted way longer than that.
Only 4 seasons.
Yeah, that was my favorite show on history.
It was the Monster Quest show.
Scared the shit out of me. Like, I would stay up, came on at 10.
Mm-hmm.
I had like so many fears of the Chupacabra
Okay.
and the Mothman.
Real quick.
Yeah.
How old are you, Jordan?
In 2007?
Right now. And then we can just do the math on that. I just want
29.
So you were like 15?
Yeah, 15.
15,
14,
16?
15.
Okay. Continue.
Yeah, anyway, it was scary. So Food Network, I guess. I'm trying to think who's on. Was it Zimmerman? Andrew Zimmerman?
What are you talking about?
Wait, isn't that the guy who shot that guy?
That is.
Shit.
He was my favorite show on Cartoon Network.
Hold on. I'm getting the
Cartoon
name
Network,
wrong.
Food Network.
Clearly getting
Fuck.
the name. That was not the guy who shot Trayvon Martin. That was not the show I was watching. I don't believe that guy had a show. That is the guy, right?
Yeah, George.
Who's the?
Zimmerman.
Oh, Zimmerman.
You guys are talking about like real stuff.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
he
figure
did
out
not
the-
mention someone on the Food Network.
No, it was
So, like, what was the
it
concept
was a
of the
Zimmer
show?
something. He went around the world and he ate food from different cultures.
So
there were like 8 shows.
Yeah, there was a lot of shows.
This was like the original one.
Because there was like Man versus Food, and then
that's
I
different.
swear to God, his name is like Zimmerman.
That was where he was food challenges.
I'm just
right?
thinking of Anthony Bourdain.
No, I like Anthony Bourdain.
Was it Emerald? Bam.
Who?
No, the guy who says Bam. No,
The guy who they parody in Futurama.
While he's looking for
No,
it,
I
but
am right.
You are right. There's a guy with that.
Andrew Zimmerman.
Oh, it's Andrew Zimmerman. So the
So
guy,
who's the other
George Zimmerman is the guy.
There's
who,
the confusion. So I was correct. It's
so
this
you
guy.
were correct.
Do you think they were related at all?
No.
I don't
That
think
guy
so.
looks like a Pixar character.
I don't know if he's still if he still has a show or anything. It was called Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmerman.
Bizarre Foods.
Bizarre Foods.
Oh,
That was my
right,
favorite.
Right.
And then he did another one that wasn't quite food related, which I really enjoyed as well.
I just want to make sure we're recording.
It was and then he did a Bizarre Foods America. He had another one. It's not listed on here. View all. Yeah. So and then he had another one that I think he ate food in that. I think he eats food in all of them, but this one was he just went around. I think it was called Andrew Zimmerman Bizarre World. I don't know if it was on Food Network or what, but that was a good one.
Oh, okay.
There's an episode where he goes to this healing guy, tries to cleanse your soul type healing.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy who's like, get me a bottle of booze, pack of cigarettes, not your brand.
Right.
This witch doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And so he
you
shows
can
up.
call him a fraud. It's okay.
Well.
Listen, people believe in different stuff. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? What's the country where there's like no smoking laws whatsoever? And it's Indonesia, right?
I have no idea. This is not something that would ever affect me.
Come on, that might be
they
a
use like
trivia
cigarettes
question.
to try and heal people. I don't know. I think it's probably a little bit different now, maybe. But
maybe it's like they have AIDS and then they give them lung cancer in the hopes that the lung cancer will fight the AIDS.
No, it's definitely not that. Because he was just blowing cigarette smoke on a guy. But anyway, Andrew Zimmerman goes to this doctor, this healer, and the guy's like drinking the booze and like, spitting it on his face.
Right.
He's like smoking the cigarette, blowing it all over his entire body, and then he takes out like poison oak type, some kind of poisonous plant,
Like
and
a poison
just,
ivy.
something like that, and he's just whipping him.
Sure.
He's in a towel too, so bare chest, everything, whipping him. He's getting like blisters on him, and the guy, like the camera crew, they're loving it. They're like dying laughing.
Of course.
And then he brings out a dead guinea pig, I believe it was, and starts rubbing it all over this guy.
What?
And at that point, he was like, okay, we're done. Like, stop. We're done. But the camera crew, they loved it. They were just dying laughing.
And this was on the Food Network?
It's called Bizarre World. Look it up. It was a really good show. I think it was on Food Network.
I don't think that was on the.
It was on one of those networks.
It
might have been Bizarre Foods. No,
Bizarre World.
Bizarre World, yeah. It came out a little later. Back when they were probably Food Channel just wasn't doing anything about food anymore.
My favorite show on the Food Network was The X-Files.
Yeah,
What?
really. Well, I mean, you got like Pawn Stars on the History Channel, and I'm like,
yeah, but that deals with like history.
not really.
Sometimes.
I mean, it's not
Sometimes
really.
you get something
like,
with like a fucking segue, and then the other times
Sort
you're like,
of.
this guy fucking soared.
Bizarre World was on the Travel Channel.
oh shit, I forgot. So was Bizarre Foods on Travel Channel?
I think it was.
Oh, because my favorite travel.
Jordan's never watched the Food Network.
No, I guess not. I watched the Travel Channel and I watched History and Sci-Fi almost exclusively.
Right.
I mean, basically, in the beginning, when James listed off the shows, that was basically all their shows anyway.
No,
Food
there were the
Network.
competitions, like the cake-offs, where you'd have to build a cake, and then you have to, like, it was, like, giant, and you had to, like, carry it up some stairs and shit. There's,
Cake
like,
Boss?
no.
Oh.
It was, like, it was in, they were, like, I no idea what it was called. But it was, like, you had, like...
A maximum security prison?
4 hours, maybe. It was, like, 4 hours, and you had your team...
Yeah.
And there was like a theme or something, like witches or something for Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know
And
what
they
you're
always
talking
they
about.
always
and
have
they would have
those
like fucking robot.
competitions.
It was
shit
like
in
the
it.
food version of that show where they do the makeup for movies and stuff.
Sure, I have no
Mhm.
idea what you're talking
Face Off.
Face Off.
with
Good
John
show.
Travolta.
No.
Yeah, Face Off.
But you'd have to 4 people and you'd have to carry this giant cake like through this obstacle course and shit. It was awesome. There's
That
this
does
really
sound
mean
kinda
lady
cool.
who is a judge.
Yeah,
They
there
did it
has
for like
to be.
10 years.
There has to be one mean guy.
She kind of looked like Professor McGonagall from memory.
Oh, she's scary looking.
No,
She's a
good
yeah,
character.
She was hot.
Was she really?
Yeah, Maggie Smith. She was hot.
That's who you're.
You look up
In the Harry
young
Potter
Maggie
movies?
Smith.
Oh, the young. Okay.
Maggie.
I
what?
would listen. I'm cards on the table. I would have sex with Maggie Smith today.
Yeah.
You're that desperate.
I mean, yes.
She's an elegant woman.
Maggie
I
Smith.
think she's a dame or whatever the female version
wanna-
of being knighted is.
I want to think
women
that's
can be
accurate
knights.
too.
I'm typing in Maggie Smith, 87 years old.
Yeah,
I'm gonna type in 20.
All right.
I'd go for it.
20
James.
years old.
I'd go for it. There's one photo of her like in a bathing suit sitting by a pool. I think it's in black and white.
That?
Probably. I can't see that far.
Because you don't have your glasses.
Is she hot?
I don't know. She's not ugly.
Yeah, she was an attractive young woman. Can I? Another one.
Oh, she was cute.
Yeah. See.
Oh, she was so
She
cute.
was cute.
Other older women that I would have sex with. Katie Couric.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
watching something. Did I tell you about this?
Is she even on TV anymore?
I don't think so. I follow her on Instagram.
Okay.
So she's like one of the most famous reporters in the world,
Mhm.
like newscasters, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like who like Osama bin Laden like wanted her to report on like 9/11.
Yeah.
I swear to God that's true.
Like
It could
she
not
was a
it
big
might
deal.
not be true, I don't know.
And my entire life she was on TV.
Yeah.
Always as Katie Couric. I watched an old I was watching like some fucking nerd documentary about space or whatever.
Who was
And
the
she-
other guy they got rid of?
What?
The other guy they got rid of for like sexual harassment.
Probably most
Matt
of them.
Lauer.
I think that was it.
Was that
Yeah.
before my time?
No, it was Katie Couric and Matt
No.
Lauer. They were on there for years.
Mm-hmm.
Was it before I just knew how like processing names worked?
No.
Between like the
No,
ages
I
of
feel-
10 and 12?
No,
about?
I feel like you've been older than that.
Yeah.
I have no idea who that is.
Matt Lauer. Yeah, you do.
Maybe it was
Did you
after
ever
I
watch the
cared.
Today Show?
No.
How did you see Katie Couric?
She was on like CNN.
She was like CBS Evening News. She's 60 Minutes. Like she's been in a lot of stuff.
Okay, so
Yeah.
anyway, carry
She
on.
hopped around.
So finish your thought before I interrupted you.
Where was I going with that?
I don't even remember.
You were talking about like all
Oh.
the old ladies you bang.
So I was watching something and it was like from the mid 90s and she popped up as like, oh, it's Katie Couric. And then her name tag popped up underneath and it was, I think her name's Catherine. And she went by Catherine and it broke my brain. I was like watching this
cool
I
story,
was
bro.
watching this really cool documentary and the biggest thing, I don't even know what it was about. The biggest thing I took away from it was like Catherine Couric.
Let's say,
Used to
how
go by
can-
Catherine.
Yeah.
Can her name be Catherine? It's supposed to be Katie.
It was weird.
You know what Stephen King's pen name
I
used to
thought
be?
you were about to say Steven Seagal.
No, I don't. I think I was about to say Steven Spielberg, but no. Stephen King's name used to be.
Oh shit. I was gonna say Joe Hill, but that's his son.
I've met Stephen
No, it was
King.
like Richard Batchman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his pen
Yeah.
name.
Because he.
Doesn't that just sound less cool than Stephen King?
I don't know. It sounds
So-
way cooler to me.
So
Richard Batchman.
yeah.
so
like,
he just-
imagine getting murdered by Richard Batchman.
he decided to get a
Patrick
pen
Bateman.
name because he wanted to know if people bought his books because he's a good writer or
Oh yeah,
because
that's right. Yeah.
it's just his name attached. And this is where he failed. There's two parts where he failed because everyone found out it was him pretty easily. One, he never changed his writing style. Two, all of Richard like Bauman's or whatever you said books, they all take place in Maine. They're horror books that take place in Maine.
So
Who
it could have been
else?
like somebody trying to copy
Who-
Stephen.
And it was also
Who else?
subtitled Stephen King.
He got really pissed when people like released
Yeah.
articles being like, "Oh no, this Richard
He
guy
also-
is Stephen King."
He also got really pissed when somebody ran him over with a van.
Yeah,
You know,
that
I was
happened
working my
twice
way-
actually.
He
When-
bought the van and he destroyed it.
Really?
Yeah.
When I mentioned about 2 minutes ago that I met Stephen King.
You met Stephen King?
Well, I was waiting for somebody to say that, and then I was gonna say, yeah, I ran into him a few years back.
Oh, I was
Oh, I
gonna one up you and say that I live 2 blocks away from him. Actually,
Yeah, but I was making a joke. So And
I
nobody.
used to see him walk his like I think he had a golden retriever. Yeah, it didn't look like a lab. It had longer hair. He used to walk his like golden retriever all the time. He wears all denim, and he sometimes walks in the streets of Bangor, not on the sidewalk. And I was like, well, no wonder why you get run over twice.
Listen.
Yeah.
So
Maybe he just like needs the thrill because he used to do cocaine and shit.
yeah.
So maybe
just
now
needs
he's like he
something
doesn't
else.
have he doesn't get the adrenaline rush anymore. So he's got to like.
He has to figure out something else.
You imagine how does he talk? Does he talk like this? I feel like he talks like this.
I don't think he does.
I don't know. I've never
never heard
met
the man
him or
speak.
heard him.
I have heard him speak, but not enough to be able
Not
to
like-
mimic him.
I've never talked to him.
I worked with a woman who, one of her friends growing up, she used to babysit his kids, I guess.
Yeah.
And she said that his house was a little bit creepy.
I can't imagine why.
You ever seen his house?
No, I don't
There's like a
care
weird-
about Stephen
There's like a
King.
frog statue in the yard.
Oh yeah, they have a
and
lot
like,
of. He has a lot of statues.
like creepy bat entrance.
Yeah,
Creepy,
he has
yeah.
like iron
Yeah.
gates, and there's little bats on top of his iron gates. Before when I was moving to Maine, his neighbor's house was for sale for like legitimately like $120,000, and I did tour it because I was like, I want to live next to Stephen King.
$120,000.
That's it.
pretty cheap.
Yeah.
What
this
was wrong with it?
This was before. This was
Stephen King
No.
lived
Stephen
next
King
door.
lived- This was also before COVID, and then I think when COVID hit and I was leaving the
yeah.
Bangor area anyway, the 2 doors down was going for sale. They were going for sale for like $500,000, like out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
I wonder what Stephen King's house costs. I'm gonna buy that one day.
Millions.
I'm gonna buy Stephen King's
Millions.
house and put it next to the Mona Lisa in my bathroom.
No, it's invaluable.
I'm gonna shrink it down like the city of Candor from Superman.
One time we had this like Ouija board, or like my friends did, and they were like, they were all into it. They were like, you got to dispose of it a certain way, like you got to bury it or
It's
whatever.
like an American
yeah,
flag.
and I was like, why don't you just throw it on Stephen King's lawn? Like, he's not gonna care. He's gonna be into that. That's how you dispose of it. Just
You'd be like,
fucking-
what the
just
fuck,
anything-
another
yeah.
one?
I was about to say,
Anything-
just everyone gets through their
Anything like
Ouija
Put it on a
board.
satanic
pile.
or like anything, possessed by anything, or it's got some kind of evil
Bad juju.
presence. Yeah, you just throw it on Stephen King's
All those
lawn.
copies of Jumanji.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to be possessed or something to do that one little tiny paragraph in the book.
Are you talking?
Yeah.
Are you referring to the child orgy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Never read the book,
He,
but I know
uh,
about that.
I read the
He
book.
wrote
That was my
it.
mistake.
He wrote it well on cocaine.
Cocaine. Yeah.
What? No.
Yeah, there's some stuff in that book. I never finished it because I was reading it in middle school, and I was like,
Man, it's like
Um,
800 pages.
yeah, it's also
so
like
long.
1,000
yeah.
fucking pages long of just cocaine fueled. Like, basically, they had to pick through it to make the movies because they
Mhm.
were like, well, we can't have like,
You don't want to include the children
Yeah.
having an orgy in the sewer?
no.
That's how they became adults.
That's how they became- yeah.
Pennywise wouldn't bother them anymore.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
because he feeds
Yeah.
off the soul of innocent
Did you
people.
You know
also
what I
have
would've
like
done?
6 guys and 1 girl? Was there only like 1 girl in the group when you did it?
No, there were no girls. I was by myself.
Circle jerking.
I was just about to say you must have been by yourself.
Oh. But like, so it is an alien, right?
Mm,
Or is it like an extra dimensional thing? Is it like the thing, or is it like a?
no, he like isn't like the Earth is riding on the back of a turtle. Stephen King has like
Yeah,
a Stephen
something
King
like that.
universe.
Yeah,
It's
because
all
there's like the Dark
connected.
Tower and that like
Yeah.
explained a bunch of
So
stuff.
he's technically not even an alien because how you defeat Pennywise is that you just don't you can't think about him.
You know how I would defeat Pennywise? Gun.
Well, no, that doesn't
Bang.
work.
Yeah, they already tried shooting him.
Nah,
Yeah.
I would do it though.
Yeah, it's he has.
Did they hold the gun
But you wouldn't-
sideways?
He has
wouldn't even
power and
see
you have
him,
fear
though.
over him.
Right. You wouldn't
Yeah.
see him. He only preys on kids. Like all the other
I was a
adults.
kid
that-
once.
So eventually, when you move away from the town, you
Right.
forget about
You
it.
forget about you even forget about him, and that's why they all came back because one person stayed in Derry.
And
I
kept track
wouldn't.
of it.
I would have forgotten about it in the town. I would have forgotten about
You
it
would
that
if you were.
day.
You would if you grew older.
My memory,
Yeah.
gone. If it wasn't Stargate Atlantis related, nope.
And technically, it's every 27 years, so
Right.
you could have even missed that in your childhood. If he
I wanna
only
be very
appears
clear.
every
And
27
they released
years.
the movie, the part one, like 27 years after the Tim Curry one.
The Tim Curry one, yeah.
That clown could have been up my asshole, and then I would have forgotten about it.
I think that's called like PTSD when you block.
I think it's
something.
called being a fucking idiot, because that's what I was, and still am.
Thought you said you were highly intelligent today.
No, I said I was perfect. No, I was ideal.
You're right,
sounds like-
I was
Theo.
ideal.
That sounds like something you would say.
That I'm ideal?
No, that you're highly intelligent, that you're smarter than everybody else.
I'm not smarter than
Yeah.
everybody else, just most people.
Oh, there you go. That's what I was
yeah,
waiting for that
that's- yeah.
sentence.
That's what I'm talking about. Right
I
there.
am often the smartest person in this apartment.
Anyone who thinks they're the smartest person in the room probably isn't, unless you're working fast food.
Or alone.
You did say in this
That's true.
apartment. I don't know. Bino's pretty
I
close.
said often.
Yeah, the
You
cat's,
said- you
the
said
cat's pretty
often.
smart. Man, that cat is
he's-
getting big. Isn't
Yeah, I told you. I had to cut back on his food.
it? Man, that is a fat cat.
He's plump. All
He's
right.
got a rump.
He's cute though.
He
Yeah.
is cute.
But you gotta understand, he's old. Don't old cats get fat?
He's not old. He's like middle-aged.
He just falls asleep.
He's a loaf.
I mean, yeah, like the older they get, you know, like they're not as active. I
No,
mean, and
he's
Just
Bino-
like
active.
people.
I felt like Bino hasn't.
Says
He's not
you.
that active,
Oh, he's
except
active.
for 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
as you
he's
say.
active throughout the night. I have the security camera. I watch him.
That's a security camera?
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Why?
You're just filming me right now?
I am, yeah.
Yeah. It
What do you
also
do with the
is
footage?
on this
Nothing.
It
It
wipes
website
itself.
too.
No.
If it's not like used within a certain amount of time, it just wipes
So
itself.
no one can come in here and steal your TV.
TV.
I was
or-
more concerned about the PS5 that you still can't get.
That's true. With all the crackheads here.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even lock your door.
Yeah, you want to give him my address too?
He sometimes locks his
I
door.
lock it when people aren't coming.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
you think I won't enter your house.
Yeah,
and you
why
locked
would
the
you enter
door.
my house to give me a ride?
Because I didn't feel like texting you, and I'm like, you're
I was
not waiting
looking out the
outside.
window.
So I spent more time not texting you that I was here. And
Also,
I spent
you know-
more time getting out of my
you
car.
know I have a thing that tells me when people show up.
Why is it weird that she came into your house?
No,
I
it was
walk
just
in
like-
here all the time.
Yeah, but you're not just giving me a ride somewhere.
I would walk in here if I was.
I know you
Exactly, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
what's
what
the
I was
big
going to
deal?
do. I was
would. I
going to
just had
walk
my
in
door
and
locked because I wasn't expecting someone to just show up.
Well, the
just gonna
last time
walk
I
in and
came
be
in,
like,
your
"Get
door was locked.
your
I
ass
was like
outside."
moving my
Yeah,
hand in
you were
front
like
of the sensor.
slamming the door.
Yeah, I was knocking on it. That's called knocking on a
No,
door.
you were like busting. You were trying to get in.
Yeah, because you don't have a doorbell.
No, not yet.
Yeah, you should get a doorbell.
All right, I'll
Get
get right
a
on
what
that.
is it? The ring.
Yeah, those
door
are like
or-
$200.
And
so
they also will
not gonna
give
do
the
that.
police all of the footage without your permission.
So
Yeah, so
I
when
don't know.
I'm
I'm
locked
just
outside
saying.
with my,
What's wrong with this?
with my dick
I'm
out.
just saying that
All those
that was
crack deals I
apparently
do.
that was apparently a really big deal. That they're like, how dare you give?
that's kind of odd. Because
the
like, if
video.
someone's gonna creep around and break in your house, why do you care if the police get the?
I think it's
video?
more of like a Dark Knight situation
a Dark Knight situation.
where it's like, should they have access to all the cameras?
Oh,
Probably not.
okay. So it's I mean,
But it's like I said
Sure.
before, like Ancestry and 23andMe don't even need your permission to give the police your DNA.
I'm fine with that.
So like
The
they
police
just do it anyway.
almost certainly already have my DNA. It's somewhere.
I
yeah.
used to work for them, so they have my fingerprints and like they have everything. I cannot commit a crime.
No, you can. You just can't get caught.
That's true. I can't be sloppy about it.
You gotta
That's
wear
right.
gloves,
it's gonna take planning.
like the Batman.
If I was gonna commit a crime, I think I'd have multiple cars to get
Mhm.
away. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
like
You just
like they
keep
do in
switching
is
it.
it Baby Driver?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
Like
movie
that.
I haven't seen.
I saw the beginning of it.
I watched a video
That was
about
it.
why it was good, and I went, okay.
Why is it good?
I don't remember. It was like how that he's like good at driving.
It was
I don't
it
know.
was gonna win an award or something, or it did win an award.
I remember when that
That's
came
all
out
I remember, and they were like,
Yeah.
"It's a good movie."
or was coming out, and I watched a bunch of people react to a trailer to it,
hmm
and there was a point in the trailer where like every single person had a different question all at the same time. And they got really excited about it, and one of them was, "Wait, was that Flea?"
Like from
From what?
Red Hot Chili Peppers play.
And it was. There you go.
Yeah. You watch Stranger Things?
Yes.
What do you think of the Kate Bush song?
I like the Kate Bush
I like
song.
it a lot, too.
Okay. I was really hesitant. I'm like, I like the Kate Bush song.
It is an amazing song.
It's
I think
a
it
really
fucking
good song from the
sucks.
80s.
I have no idea what you guys are talking
Oh,
about.
okay. I was about to say.
You're
talking
about music
from a show I
Get
don't
out
like.
of your
No,
apartment right now.
So
Leave.
I heard that song in 2006, but it was a cover version.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually didn't like the original when I went to go listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know Placebo at all?
I heard of them.
Okay, they do a cover of that off their album Meds. And I
Mhm.
remember like hearing that and I was like blown away by that, but not the original. So after the show came out, I decided I'd listen to the original, and I was like, "Wow, this is actually like really good.
Yeah.
This is an interesting song." But I think it's amazing that like that peaked at 30 on the Billboard like top 100 or 200.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
Mhm.
And then 40 years later, it's like
Number
back
one.
on the charts as like like charting at like number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that was cool.
Did you see season 4 or did you?
Yeah,
only...
I watched all of it.
Okay. My favorite part is when they did the slowed down version of the Journey song.
Which
Different worlds. It was
Oh.
like to the last episode or something like that.
yeah,
I thought it was the most ridiculous. Actually, I thought it was the most ridiculous thing I ever heard of really slowed down Journey song.
Yeah, season 4 was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I'm rewatching all of it now,
Mhm.
so I'm gonna rewatch that. I'm on season 3, just because it's like I need a little bit of a refresher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Season 2, I think, was still the worst season.
So what are you doing? Are you gonna get Netflix and
Oh, are
watch
you guys
Stranger
done?
Things?
Oh,
guys
you
done talking
even
about
took
it?
you even took your microphone away.
Yeah, you guys were talking about stuff I don't care about. So
Stranger
Wow.
Things.
yeah.
What a good friend you are.
Well, I
Like,
mean, I don't have any input, so why would I interrupt you?
I listen to your stuff.
I mean, that's fine. But as long as you just don't like interrupt me when it's not like if I'm talking about fucking space shit and you're like, yeah, so I like bicycles. Like,
Well, what do you mean? I don't
what do you
say
want me to
anything.
do?
You see me putting my mic up when
Well,
you start
know,
talking
I
about
was
fucking
just-
SpaceX
I didn't want to
and
be
shit.
like heavily breathing into the microphone because then I'll have to edit that out.
That's what I do. It's okay.
You know, we can talk about a movie that we watched today. I mean, you probably didn't watch it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
I've
think
seen it.
Jordan watched
You
it.
watched it?
What is it?
Prey?
Pray.
No, I did not.
All right. Didn't think you
I
would.
was at work. I've been working
Yeah, that's
57 hours every week,
why
basically.
I figured you didn't watch it.
Damn, that's a lot of hours.
Yeah, it is. I'm,
So
I'm
Jordan-
going all over the friggin' state.
Let's
going
let's hear what you have to say about the movie Prey. What do you like about it?
What I really liked about it was that it really showcased the Predator's abs.
Mm-hmm. It actually did.
Oh, it actually did. I
Does
was
it
gonna
really?
say,
Yeah,
it's
he's pretty
really-
shredded.
So I like how he was shredded, and they really made him look more intimidating than your average Joe.
Yeah.
I
Um,
I liked the design of Predator in this
I
one,
didn't.
actually. You didn't like the design?
No.
I liked the
I liked it.
dreadlocks.
I thought his face.
Does he
was
have
stupid.
cornrows in this one? The
I
hair
can't tell I don't know the difference right now on top of my head.
I have
But
a
yeah,
feeling
like,
that if I go
between
too,
dreadlocks and cornrows.
if I go too deep into
Oh,
it, I'm
maybe-
gonna say
Yeah.
something racist inevitably because I don't know what I'm talking about.
What?
I'm in too deep.
Yeah.
Bail out. No, it was Ashley. What did you think about it before I shit all over it?
before you
You didn't
shit
like
all
it?
over it.
We'll get to my thoughts.
I haven't even seen it yet.
So we'll do no spoilers.
I'll
Also,
spoil it.
Well, no, it just came out today.
The Predator wins.
Yeah, you're
loses.
breaking your own rule.
Yeah, but it was on Hulu. It wasn't in the movie theater.
Anyway,
If it comes to TV, like
No, you
yeah.
can't just like
Rules are
warp.
different.
Yeah, no, that's not how that works.
So, guys, when Arnold Schwarzenegger shows up in the movie set 300 years before Arnold Schwarzenegger,
He's in the movie.
no, he's
No.
not.
Oh.
I
I-
mean, maybe he is, but I didn't see him.
okay. Granted, I was doing
He plays one of the native people.
when I was watching that movie, I was setting up a couch, and then after I actually like had my couch all ready, I then decided to, while watching the movie, do OSHA 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't paying too much attention to it. But I thought it wasn't that bad. I thought the pacing was pretty good. The CGI sucked.
Dog shit. Maybe the worst looking fake tiger I've ever seen in my life.
It can't be any
and-
worse than Alien versus Predator.
You want to
Requiem.
bet?
There's really not much you can get away with when the
Like
little,
in terms
the
of
little
CGI
shimmer,
or in terms of story?
no, like
Story.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Well, too.
oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like story wise, there's so many worse Predator movies out there.
How many
But
Predator movies are there?
there's like this was like the 5th or 6th one, right?
Are
I
you
have no
including
idea.
the Alien
Alien
versus
versus Predator. I am. I will
See,
also include
those
the
are
Alien versus
disconnected
Predator.
for me. They're not part of the whole. I like the first one.
Yeah.
The second one's terrible. But
This says
Is
5, not including AVP.
Oh,
5 Predator movies.
so I still was right, even though I was adding the Alien vs Predator.
In
So I
the
was
people
wrong.
also search for category, you get classics like The Predator 2,
Mhm.
The Terminator, Alien,
Mhm.
and then To Catch a Predator. So, you
Well,
know,
yeah, it's Predators in the title,
yeah,
so
completely different topic.
Is
though.
Chris Hansen in the new one?
no.
Is he like, why don't you take a
he
seat
plays
over
the
there?
other native person.
Why don't you take a seat over there?
The Predator rolls up.
His mouth is like.
I just want pizza. That's
What's
what they
with
do on
these
that show,
texts?
right?
You traveled
How many
17
light
light
years?
years to get here to meet a 15-year-old girl.
um,
So, what did you really hate about this movie?
what
then?
did I really hate? I want to
Ugh.
talk about some of the good things. This
Oh,
movie
okay.
is like the 3rd best, I would say. I would put it well below the first one, obviously, because the first one's like the best one.
Yeah.
The second
What was the
one's
second one?
not bad.
Mhm.
The
It's
third one's not bad.
shut up. I think the third one is that's Predators I haven't seen, so I can't speak to that. The Predator is the autism one, and
Hmm.
that one's just dog shit.
I thought you said you didn't see that one.
I don't have to see it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I've seen enough of that movie through like memes.
Hmm.
Okay, I don't need to go see that.
I don't think you should be able to say anything about a movie without actually watching the movie.
Watch me.
I kind of agree with that.
Watch
I
me.
agree with that completely.
Alien-
You don't see me saying anything about Morbius because I haven't seen it.
Because you're a coward.
It's in Redbox.
Um,
I've been looking at it every day. One of these nights.
I asked Lindsay the other night if I bought what was the movie. It was something stupid like Morbius. I was like, if I buy this, will you watch it with me? And she said no.
If you buy Morbius, I will watch it with you.
I'm saving up $35 Steelbook.
I went against what James said and I watched it on my phone. He said I had to watch it on the best screen I had. And
If
my
you
best
can't-
screen was my phone.
If you can't watch it in IMAX, you're not gonna experience
Morbius?
it. You might as well
Yep.
just not even watch it. But anyway, Prey.
Yes,
um,
Predator movie.
Things that I liked.
Mm.
Hard R.
Lots of gore.
Lots of gore. Lots
Nice.
of blood. Lots of
I
people
liked
getting
that.
ripped in
Yes,
half.
I liked that.
Loved it.
Good kills.
Yeah, that's good.
90 minutes long.
Good.
It's
Like
a
the
risk
short length.
movie.
Mhm.
Pacing on point.
Yes.
Immaculate.
Yes, I said it
gets
was very
going.
good pacing.
It's ready to go.
Yeah.
I
I thought the Predator wasn't going to show up till more than halfway. I thought they were going to like drag the movie, but
the
like
Predator
the action,
showed up
the Predator
before
shows
the
up
title.
Before the title, it's just
Which
action.
I'm
20
not-
minutes in.
A fan of. I
Before
would
the
have
title.
Yeah. Like they show the spaceship
ship
go by
crashing.
and then it like pans up to the sky and then it's
Yeah.
like Prey.
And this is Prey.
Okay.
Um,
Sweet.
I liked that. I was like, ooh, that was really cool.
I would have preferred to see the Predator when the character saw the Predator. Like not seen the
Like
Predator.
in the first one.
Kind of, yeah.
But
They
like,
don't see the Predator
I
until
thought
you see
she didn't
Predator.
even know what it was. She took that as like I think a sign to
Yeah,
go,
but then
like,
you see like
hunting.
the spaceship fly over and the door opens and then you're like, oh, the Predator just got dropped off and then the Predator stands up back to frame.
Oh, yeah. I was not looking at the screen at that point. I guess because that does not.
So I was
sound
like,
recognizable.
okay, cool. I already knew the Predator was here, but thanks for showing me. They also, classic line, spoiler alert, if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Right.
That's in there.
I ain't got time to bleed.
That's not in there. Another great, they have a Predator moment, which is what I referred to last time I brought up the Predator, where she does something and then she's like, it can't see him. And I was like, yeah, I got that by the fact that it's not reacting to it.
Yeah, well, it's not for you. It's for the character.
It's so funny. Like she says
It's for the
out
audience who
loud to
can't
herself,
understand. Okay.
while she's hiding from the Predator. It's the exact same as the first one. It's so funny. I liked, I would say all of the acting.
Yeah.
I think everybody did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you can't understand any of the white people. I think they're all French.
Yes, they were all French.
So as someone who doesn't speak French, kind of cool. And there were no subtitles.
There was absolutely no subtitles, and there was like English, French, and then whatever
Gurgle.
the language the indigenous people spoke. You had subtitles, but then they just said what the language was. Like it actually like wrote out the French words, and I'm like, I really thought they'd translate to English for me. So I had no idea what anyone was saying half the time.
She has the best trained dog in history.
Yeah.
In this movie.
And what is this on?
Hulu.
Hulu. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
An hour and a half. Yeah.
And then like I said last time, it's basically the exact thing that I said they should do with Terminator. Set way back in time, and you're like, how is an indigenous native person going to kill the predator? And she finds a way.
Life
Finds a way. And then Jeff Goldblum shows up.
The directing was good.
Yep.
And
how is this a bad movie then? I don't. You're really making me want to watch this.
It's not a bad movie. It's just kind of like mediocre.
No.
Like
nothing surprises you in it.
It brings nothing new to the table. It was like almost like
just a fun.
It wasn't.
It has a lot.
Fun.
It has a lot of the plot points, like you mentioned before. It has a lot of the plot points of the first movie.
It feels like a Predator movie.
So it just follows like whatever, like the Predator movie.
Alien
the
shows
formula.
up, fucks some people up. The main character figures out how to kill it, and that's fine. Like if you deviate from that formula too much, you get something like Alien versus Predator, and I don't want that.
No, the first one's good.
Best movie ever.
So yeah, I would give it like a 7 out of 10 probably.
That's a pretty good rating.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to get below 5 for me.
Why? What does it actually have on IMDb?
I have no idea.
I already suggested it to multiple people, so
I think
I was watching
Facebook,
it, I was like, watch it right now.
I think on Facebook I did a thing because that's what I like to do because everybody's so interested.
Yeah, it's got a 7.2 out of 10.
Oh, well, so you're 7 out of 10.
92% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, like it's fine. It's not egregiously bad like I was expecting it to be.
Oh, I like that I don't recognize any of this cast too. That's kind of cool.
It's a lot of them are indigenous people.
Oh,
so
cool.
Which is cool.
I think that's really cool. You don't
Yeah,
have white people playing
playing indigenous
people. They're playing the French people.
Yeah. They also killed a bunch of buffalo.
Do you think the people who played the French people were actually French?
I don't care.
It's the guy who plays the Predator was like a basketball player.
That doesn't surprise me. Is he like 7 feet tall?
Dane DeLigro, that's his name. He is a professional basketball player in Italy and Israel.
Oh.
Former professional basketball player, sorry.
Now he's an actor.
Yes, he's 34. He lives in Italy. He's got citizenship in United States, Italy, and Israel.
Just waiting for that one piece of information I want.
He is 6'9".
Yep, that's pretty tall.
245 pounds.
You put some heels on him, he's like 7.5 feet tall in the costume.
Yeah, still.
Yeah.
I didn't like the Predator has like a little face mask.
I liked that.
He always has a face mask.
Yeah, but this was like
a COVID thing?
No.
He's got a surgical mask on.
I actually really like the design of the Predator.
It looked leathery. Yeah, I don't really like it.
I bet she was awesome.
Like I like the metal one of the original.
Yeah,
also,
the original one's really cool.
This Predator.
Here you are saying it's bringing nothing new to the table, and you're like, yeah, I liked the first one with the metal.
That was one thing. I thought that the character
stuff.
design wasn't as good. Cut some dude's legs off. That was pretty cool, I guess.
No, like
I'm gonna watch this tonight.
The kills are really good.
We get the return of that
cool looking
net.
mask.
Yeah, right. I think the Predator looks cool in that movie.
The net that cuts people into cubes.
Ugh.
Turns them into like juice.
Oh, so it's gory as shit.
That was nice.
Has the Predator's blood always looked like radioactive goo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
I don't remember.
It was like a radioactive green.
I don't remember it being that bright. I don't know if like the contrast on my TV is a lot different than when we used to watch the Predator movies like 12 years ago. But that was like the brightest thing in the whole entire world.
I haven't seen Predator in a while. No, it's like when he's doing the thing in the original and he's like fixing himself up. Mm-hmm. It's pretty green. It's pretty bright.
Yeah, this looks good.
I don't know. When I saw that, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like she's going to have like radiation poisoning.
Dude,
putting that blood on her.
Predator chasing people through tall grass is all I want in a movie.
So is there another Predator coming out? Oh, Deviant Art. That's fake, right?
Oh, yeah. Deviant Art. Yeah.
Is there a picture of the Predator standing next to Tom Hardy on a motorcycle?
Tom Hardy? No, it's a picture of the Predator and Tom Holland's. He's giving Tom Holland a piggyback ride.
Oh, okay.
And the Green Goblin's in the background.
Which version of the Green Goblin? Is it Willem Dafoe or is it
the cartoon version?
Which cartoon? Like the 90s cartoon?
Yeah, the shitty
one.
Or
the 60s cartoon?
I didn't know there was a 60s cartoon.
I have the box set over there.
I'm sure it's awful.
Oh, it's great. There's a I was just watching it for fun not that long ago. It was before No Way Home came out. Mm-hmm. I think I posted it on Snap. I was like, if Tom Holland doesn't do this in the next Spider-Man movie, I'm going to be pissed. And it's just Spider-Man like running, but his ass is like sticking out. It's really awkward. And then he like jumps through a window and he's just like, whoom. It's so stupid. I'm going to find a clip of it, put it on Instagram.
Okay.
It is the dumbest shit you've ever seen in your life. He like fights an easy bake oven. He fights aliens at one point who are just made of ice, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
Not my cup of tea. I'll stick with the 90s
Batman. Spider-Man.
Yeah, Batman animated series.
Spider-Man. Radioactive Spider-Man.
Right. Do you have a Reddit thing or something?
We got Reddit?
I gotta go grab a pizza soon.
Okay. I have.
Let's do one.
Okay. I have so many of them. Right. So let me pick one. Yeah, one. Oh, no. Okay. Mm-hmm,
all the pressure's on you.
All
shoulders.
The pressure is on me.
I kind of have to take a dump, and I can feel it. It's gonna be runny.
Okay, thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
I hate that feeling in your gut.
Yeah. Where it's like it's not happening yet, but you know something
within
the next hour you're just gonna be shitting your brains out for like 20 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I have like. You want me to do a really short one?
Sure, as long as it's fucked up.
Would you take $1 billion?
As long as it's fucked. Oh, if it's fucked up, I have one.
$1 billion.
All right, nice.
But every single time you take a dump, it's like that.
Okay. So if you want a messed up one, I have a messed up one.
Wait, $1 billion, but every time.
Wait,
is it only gonna happen once a day?
Every time you take a dump.
Wait, what's so what? It's just running?
It's like you get that feeling.
Dude, that's me right now. I'll just have $1 billion. I just.
Well,
you're the only one not like this.
Solid
right
poop in forever.
I mean, it would have to be like because if I'm like that, it's happening like at like 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Because my stomach's messed up. So if I had to feel like that every day for $1 billion.
Mm-hmm. Here's what I would
Well,
do.
actually, I just thought about it because I was thinking like, okay, if I'm at work, that's awful. If I'm at a house, but $1 billion, I wouldn't have to work.
You wouldn't even work if you
yeah,
working.
so
no,
sure, I don't care. I just
time.
shit 3 times a day. Yeah. Probably have a lot of health issues later on.
But you have $1 billion, so who cares about your health issues?
Forever.
That's right.
Shoot it yourself into space.
Yeah, so I'd take the $1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would too.
Okay.
All right. This is my really.
Is it taxed?
This is my really.
Okay, I'll take the $1 billion.
This is my really messed up one. All right. So the title is
It comes in pennies.
I want to hear it.
I found a jar that my husband has been ejaculating in, and I threw it away. He got very upset with me.
I would too.
What the fuck? Like for how long?
See,
how big's the jar? How full was it?
Oh wait, that's just the title.
Did you have to switch jars?
All right, shut the fuck up. I need to hear more.
Jordan's invested. Okay. So I'm a woman in my 30s. I made a throwaway, whatever, because I didn't want this to be tied. So yesterday our garbage disposal stopped working, and I was trying to see why. So I was looking around under the sink, and I moved stuff.
Put the cum jar in there.
So I moved stuff out to get an easier look. In the very back, tucked away, was a mason jar that I thought was just over halfway full with kitchen grease, until I realized it wasn't kitchen grease. I thought it looked like semen. I made the mistake of opening it, and by the smell, I knew it was definitely semen. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Disgusted, I threw it away in the dumpster outside.
Oh, it probably smashed.
Yeah. Which, of course, did she throw in the dumpster? Because people were having a really bad time.
Or a really great time.
It had to have been my husband's, but I don't know why he would save semen in a jar.
Didn't have to be. Previous owner.
My husband got home and I asked him about it. He seemed very embarrassed and confessed it was indeed a jar full of semen, and he's been filling it for almost a year.
There you go.
I was shocked and asked him why. He said whenever it was my time of the month or I wasn't in the mood, he would jerk off into a jar after I went to bed. I asked him why not go to the toilet or use tissues or the shower or something. Why a fucking jar? He couldn't answer that other than saying that he's been doing this since he was a kid. I told him I wanted him to stop using a jar because it's disgusting. He told me he didn't want to and asked where the jar was. I told him I threw it away and he was upset. He said it took him a long time to fill that jar up that much, and now he has to start off all over again. And then we argued about him using a jar. I still don't understand why he wants to fill a jar. We argued about it, and during the argument, he opened up the refrigerator, took a huge jar of pickles, dumped it out, and started rinsing it, and said, "This is my jar now." Before I
like
knew
this guy.
it,
This is awesome.
Before I knew it, I'm literally screaming at my husband. And I told him he can either finish in me or in the jar, but not both. And he clutched onto the jar and stormed off into the bathroom. I'm speechless.
Dude, this is awesome.
I sat down and started watching TV, trying to take my mind off of it. When he came out, joined me, tried to patch things up. I asked him where he hid the jar, and he wouldn't tell me. Well, if he came out from the bathroom, it has to be in the bathroom. That's all I have to say.
No, could have made a stop.
He
told
me we should just forget about the fight. He apologized to me and told me he would make sure I didn't see the jar if I didn't want to. I wanted us to stop fighting, so I agreed we didn't speak about it for the rest of the night. He fell asleep early, but I laid in bed for an hour thinking about where the fucking jar was. I don't understand why he's so intent. And I'm still so disgusted and angry about it. There is an update, by the way,
Sweet.
but I just want to know your thoughts on just the story right now.
Here's the thing. Here's what I have to say about the cum jar. I don't. So. It's not hurting. It's not hurting anybody. You know.
It's.
Who cares?
I mean,
if you did something like a couple times a week, and you could see the progress,
yeah,
and you had an
that's
end
what
goal,
he wants.
and you had an end goal, and somebody threw it away. I don't care what it is.
The thing
I'm
is,
pissed.
you don't need a visual. Like,
Maybe he does.
No, because your average when you ejaculate, it's like a tablespoon every time. So just add up that. Like you can literally jerk off into the toilet.
It might not be.
Take a tablespoon of
Maybe
sugar.
It's just a visual
put that in the bowl,
Yeah.
and then there's your
that's a good
petroleum
compromise.
jelly.
No, it's not in the bowl.
That's a good.
And
compromise.
then same thing, and it's
No.
not your actual jizz, which is gonna. I don't even know what happens to. It
Like,
must have
if
been
it
like
sits
raw
there for a whole
solid.
entire
I
year.
know what happens.
That must.
That is.
Oh, wait.
I have a story.
How?
That must have smelled so fucking bad.
Yeah, right when she opened the jar,
Yeah,
I can only imagine.
Oh my god.
Recoil and gagging like the fart.
I have a story that is gonna make Jordan die.
Oh god. Yeah. How
So
do you know what it smells like?
I heard this story. I don't know.
Oh,
what it
you
smells
only
like.
heard. Okay.
I did. This was from the Internet Box podcast. They were talking about a Reddit story
Mm-hmm.
where someone had a coconut that they would fuck.
Okay.
And they would
A coconut?
Yeah.
Those are like hard. That
Doesn't
would hurt. It's not like a.
listen.
Yeah.
I mean, a jar's not soft.
No,
Yeah,
he
but
was
he's
jerking off
finishing
into
inside
it.
of it.
Well, listen.
Yeah.
He's not
okay.
He
fucking
wasn't
the
fucking
jar, I hope.
I
Well,
hope not. Oh my
listen.
god.
So
He's using his own jizz as like
so-
a fucking.
This guy's fucking the coconut,
Okay.
and he would come into the coconut, and then
I've heard of watermelon.
he would put the coconut
Mhm.
under his bed,
Mm-hmm.
and then when he
Oh.
wanted to, he'd fuck the coconut again, and then he started to notice a funny smell. So he's like, coconut's probably gone bad.
Yeah, that's it.
So he's like, one more time, one last time.
One last hurrah before we throw out the coconut.
Fucks the coconut, pulls his dick out, finishes in the coconut, pulls his dick out, covered in maggots.
Oh,
He's disgusted, so he throws the coconut at the wall.
No.
Shatters. cummy maggots just everywhere.
That's disgusting.
What a visual coming back. Sorry.
Just buy a fleshlight. My
I,
God.
you know what? That was going through my head. I was like, you realize that like you can go to a sex shop or you can order online. It's $20.
Is it like an
Yeah, but a
embarrassment
coconut's
thing?
like $5. I don't know.
Because
Maybe
I've
you just
thought
wanna
about
fuck
it,
a
and I was
coconut.
like, I don't own one of those, but I was like, I don't know, that'd be kind of cool. And then I was like, what if somebody finds it? And then I was like,
Like,
I
who
don't think I'd really
cares?
care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it comes in a nice package. And if someone finds it after I'm dead, I'm like, that's just funny.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't have to deal with any
Well, I thought
embarrassment.
that it'd be funny to buy one and then just like put it on my table.
Just right there for
Yeah,
everyone
just
to see.
like
Like Guy Town and Big Mouth.
sure.
We watch that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
they're like, seriously, did you guys see the fleshlight out on the table? That was disgusting. Like, if you didn't see it, rewind and watch it. Like, I didn't catch it.
Or
so
just
I,
like put it in my glove compartment so if somebody's looking for something.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear what the update is?
Yes.
Not really.
the update.
I kind of
Oh,
want
really?
the mystery.
No.
So I think
oh.
I think get a fleshlight, clean it out. If you need a visual of how much semen you have ejaculated, then it's usually a tablespoon every time. Take that petroleum jelly, put that in the jar, and then you get the visual.
I also don't think
You're
it's as
fine.
big of a deal.
I think it's gross.
Okay. So I think it's gross too, but
Yes.
you'll realize why it's a big deal in the
Okay.
I've got a
update.
jar.
Okay. The
Okay.
update.
The update is my husband got home and we sat down and talked. After a lot of prying, I got him to come clean with me about why he comes in a jar and why it's in the kitchen. He gets very excited
Oh no.
when I
I'm excited to hear this.
gets,
I'm excited right now.
he gets very excited when I eat his cum, and he makes me pancakes every weekend and mixes it in the batter.
Yes!
He what?
That is
He-
hardcore sexual assault.
So he finishes in a jar
Yes.
and then takes some of his semen and puts it in the pancake batter and makes her pancakes and watches her eat it because he gets excited about it.
What the fuck?
I heard a story about somebody doing that with cookies in high school once.
I don't like that.
With their actual like
Yeah.
bodily fluids.
Yeah. And I was like, that's cool. I'm never accepting cookies from someone ever again.
So that's why when James like, it's not that big of a deal, I'm like, oh, just you wait. There's the update.
Well, if you're just coming in a jar, then whatever, that's weird, but like who cares? When you're like sexually assaulting someone without their knowledge.
That's assault right
Yeah.
there. That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
assault.
Yeah, she basically said it's a longer, it's like almost the same length as the update as the original post. So that was basically the gist of it. And she said that she packed up her stuff and left because she's very mortified.
yeah.
And I'm like, I would be
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it would have been out of there.
And that was, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm assuming I know some girls who listen to this podcast because my
My
gave it to
analytics
them.
give me like we're at like 1% female audience.
yeah.
So, you know,
Out of
and
the
Out of the
7
11
people.
people that listen.
11 people now? Oh, wow.
most of them are in the United States, and like one of them is in Sweden.
All right. The person in Sweden, I'm sorry you had to listen to that.
No, I'm
that was
not.
my most fucked
You
up
know what
story.
you were getting
Yeah,
into.
that was
Listen,
it sucks too because it's like you could have the best relationship and something like that. A
Like,
cum jar
Yeah,
ruins it.
ruins marriage.
so I would say it saved him, that woman.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I
her
would say
finding
it
that.
saved a future marriage. So I have a question.
My
Uh-huh.
ex-husband had a cum jar. Please tell me you don't have one.
Yeah.
Does,
How do you use your jars?
That's the
first
bar,
date?
is that
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
like
have
she
a cum
finds
jar?
she
Like, do
finds
you
like
have
his
jars, and what
she
do you
finds
use
his
them for?
fleshlight or whatever, and he's like all
Oh, thank
embarrassed. He's
God.
like, no, he's like, yeah, she's like, that's her
She's like, oh
mindset.
my
Yeah, and he's like all embarrassed, and she's like, no, it's totally fine. It's in
She's
fact
like, that makes me so happy.
Yeah. it's better than finding a half-filled jar.
So
of
how long?
ashes.
Wait, how long do you think it was until she had a pancake again? Probably a while.
That's a good
Ooh,
point.
That is a good question. I would
I don't think I could
turned
ever eat a
off from
pancake again.
pancakes.
I'd switch to waffles.
Yeah, I'm a
Yes.
waffle guy
Yeah.
already.
frozen waffles, so there's no batter.
So, I
Do you think that like excludes all batter? Like now she can't have tempura,
Oh God.
she can't have anything.
can't have
Um,
tempura, can't have fried foods.
Do you
It's
need
all
to
batter.
like? Does semen go bad? Like
Yeah.
obviously when
Yes.
it's open to air in a coconut, but if it's just like if it's in an airtight
like
jar-
mason jar?
Fuck, I forgot to do
Airtight.
something today.
In a mason jar? I
Mason
don't. I think it would.
Fuck, I was gonna eat SpaghettiOs.
Okay.
I just haven't had SpaghettiOs in like
I'm-
15 years,
can
and I
have
was gonna try
SpaghettiOs at-
SpaghettiOs. Should I try SpaghettiOs right now?
No,
Just like go open the can and eat it?
it would be gross.
No, you have to heat it up.
I don't have to heat shit up.
if you haven't had SpaghettiOs in forever and you're just gonna eat it straight from the jar, no, you have to heat it up. Have the actual
Fine.
experience.
Should I
Put it in a
I don't
bowl.
want to wait until next podcast to eat fucking spaghetti.
Why would you want to eat SpaghettiOs on the podcast?
I just thought it'd be funny to get my
I gotta
live
go
reaction.
pick up my pizza.
All right, Jordan's leaving from the podcast.
That was
Um,
our podcast.
wait,
Everyone.
What was the podcast?
Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Jordan's gonna leave. This is gonna be the end of the podcast. Bonus bit after I'm gonna eat SpaghettiOs.
Okay.
Every-
Added content.
Is everybody accepting of this?
They're really that's really
Alright.
that's solid
That's
entertainment right there.
riveting
Yeah.
It's gonna be
content.
30 seconds of me going,
Especially because there's no video anymore.
listen, you don't need video to eat spaghetti.
If you want to stay and listen to extra bonus content of ASMR of if you like hearing people eat, James got you.
Eat
Yeah.
SpaghettiOs.
So Jordan's gonna leave.
Are you gonna play the song?
Should I? I don't really want to lean over there. So we're just gonna pretend the song's fun.
Bye.
All right. Well, my can of SpaghettiOs is warming up. Let's take a look at the can. Healthy kids entree.
Fuck no. That
Meats
is not
claim-
healthy.
Meats claim per 1 cup. 0 grams of trans fat.
Oh, that's good.
4 essential nutrients in the pasta.
4.
20% of daily vegetables.
Oh. They actually have some, I guess, the tomatoes.
I wonder how much sodium's in this.
What kind of, you just got the original, right?
Yeah, SpaghettiOs.
The one with the little Frank hot dogs is really good. That's my favorite.
Where is my sodium?
Even that.
I'm not seeing it. There it is.
Okay.
It is 600 milligrams.
Oh my god. Well,
It's 20%, 26% of your daily value.
it's in a jar, so that makes
in a
sense.
can?
I mean, then oh god, I mentioned a jar. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's in a can.
Hold on, that's per 1 cup.
Oh,
The
shit, how many?
actual per serving is 1,070 milligrams. It's 47%.
Oh my god. All right, can I just say what kind of fucking bullshit is that you have a whole entire can of SpaghettiOs and they expect you to only eat like 2/3 of it?
No, serving size 1 container. They're just
Oh,
giving you all the
okay.
stuff per 1 cup.
Why?
Fuck you. That's
That's
why.
so fucking stupid.
I watched the whole video about soup math and how every step of the way
Mhm.
you're allowed a leniency in how you calculate your calories, like plus or minus 5 or 10% or whatever.
Mhm.
So if you round up,
Okay.
you can have a soup that's identical in calorie count to another soup, but you want this soup to be hearty, so you want it to be more calories. So you round up, and you can round up and you can get it an extra 50 calories or something.
Oh my god.
And then you can also round down an extra 30 calories. So, and then the low sodium, not low sodium, it's just a big lie. And they're all intentionally in the metric system to confuse people because
Yeah.
we live in America, we don't use the metric
Mhm.
system. And it's the only thing that the government regulates, I guess, other than bullets.
Absolutely
in the
ridiculous.
metric system. So, intentionally to confuse people because nobody knows how much 1,000 milligrams of salt is.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a gram of salt.
Do we even know what a gram is?
Yeah, have you ever seen a
It's
movie
1,000
of them doing
milligrams.
a gram of cocaine? That's how much salt
That's
is
how
in
much
this.
salt it is. Go get your SpaghettiOs. He's currently burning his hands. Getting a play-by-play right here.
Ow. This is exciting. Can't wait to edit this.
I thought you said you weren't going to edit it.
This shit sucks.
Well, I talked away from the mic sometimes, so you're going to have to take sections and boost up my audio.
I
Thank
have
you.
the air conditioning on. I can't do that. It's going to fuck with the levels.
It's going to be really loud.
All right. You want to talk about Prey a little bit more while I...
I was supposed to say, do we want to
You
get
know,
into
it's-
spoiler territory now
Yeah,
that
the
Jordan
Predator
is
was
going home and listening and then going to watch the movie right now? Hopefully.
I liked it. I thought it was okay.
I thought you said you didn't. You just said earlier.
Well,
you didn't
the
like
fact
it.
that it isn't dog shit automatically means that I liked it.
Yeah, I actually thought it wasn't that bad.
You say that somebody made a Predator movie this year and it was released straight to HBO or Hulu. Garbage. It like immediately. So the fact that it wasn't that astounds me. Like the fact that it was even watchable.
The only thing that bothered me is that Predator killed so many people within like seconds.
He was parkouring all over the streets.
And yet the final battle between him and the girl, Naru, I think her name was.
No idea.
I think her name was Naru. He became slow as shit. Like it was like,
well, he was pretty beat up. He'd been shot a couple times.
He injected himself a lot to heal himself, okay?
He was but then he was on drugs. So it's
she was on drugs too.
Yeah,
the thing that everyone was on drugs to make her to lower her body temperature.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was. You eat a flower and then you're Iceman? What was that?
Did they ever explain what the flower was?
No. I think they name it. Or they have a name for it.
I'm gonna see.
It was like a yellow flower.
Yeah, I remember it was a flower that lowers your body temperature.
Do you think it's like the
lowers
flower
your
in
blood sugar?
Batman Begins where you can see bats?
Maybe. It literally says it's chamomile. Was that really just chamomile?
I don't know what that is.
It's chamomile is a plant, obviously, and
shocking.
What people normally do with chamomile is that it's a tea, and people drink it mostly at night because it's supposed to like mellow you out. I used to drink chamomile tea every single night before I went to bed.
I don't drink tea.
You know, tea's good, man.
I don't drink anything.
You drink water.
Yeah, that's it.
That's nothing.
I drink Diet Coke.
Diet Coke's good sometimes.
Diet Coke.
Yeah, that's all that really came up. And like hibiscus, which is another flower that people find to be tea.
The math thing, but that's an abacus.
No, yeah, not even close. But yeah, I didn't mind that movie at all. I messaged someone else to be like, hey, you should watch the Prey movie because I'm watching it now and it's not garbage. And all that they said to it was not bad, a little boring.
Yeah.
Way less action packed than previous installments. I'm
that.
like, yeah, I can see that, but I think I liked that better. It wasn't just like, I felt like, weirdly to say, like all of the kills had purpose.
She wasn't as shredded as I would have hoped.
No.
Like you got Predator 1.
Yeah. Everyone's shredded.
Everybody's shredded. Predator 2, nobody shredded. What the fuck? You think I'm here to see an alien? No, I'm here to see some fucking hard boys. Some big hard boys.
Some abs.
I'm gonna try some spaghetti.
Yeah, I was gonna try some spaghetti. Hey,
tastes like I'm eating tomato soup with shit in it. It tastes like nothing.
Yeah, it's SpaghettiOs. That's why I eat the one with Little Frank's, because it tastes like tomato soup with hot dogs.
Ugh. My cat's licking his asshole, and I'm tempted to agree with him. Ugh. I mean, it's not bad because it just doesn't taste like anything. This is my dinner, by the way. I had pizza for lunch. I'm eating SpaghettiOs.
Oh, you didn't even have dinner?
No, I was gonna make a sandwich and then I didn't.
Oh, I finished my salmon because I didn't finish it yesterday. I was
kind of busy this afternoon.
Oh, right.
Making lemon tarts.
So say you're making lemon tarts.
Because I'm a chef. Made peanut butter last night. Made lemon tarts tonight.
You're a baker. Not a chef. There's a difference.
Well, yeah, but I can do other things too.
That's true. You can cook.
Chef, like a pastry chef, does pastries. And I would imagine that a lemon tart is more of a pastry.
It's half pastry, isn't it?
Than a baker. Well, it's not like a baked thing. You don't bake the curd.
You don't bake it? You don't? Okay, how do you make lemon tarts?
So you have your pie crust, which is a pastry.
That's what I said? Yeah, it's half pastry, right?
And you pop it in, and then you, on the stovetop, you mix eggs and lemon juice and zest and sugar and some other stuff, and you mix it and you whisk it in like a double boil. until it starts to thicken.
Okay.
And then you strain it, and then you let it cool a little bit, and then you pour it into your little things. So actually, there's no baking.
Oh.
So if anything,
I
I'm a pastry chef / saucier.
I had a long pause, being like, "Huh? I guess you're right. There's no baking in there." Yeah.
I'm actually not like bad at cooking.
No.
And that seems to shock people.
Well, I think someone sees like a younger dude, like a younger single dude living by himself. They're probably like, oh, he has like takeout and probably eats candy for dinner.
Well, I do that. I do both of those things.
You do that.
These are both true.
I think people just like stereotype that like single young guys living by themselves don't know how to cook and that they don't know how to clean, but your house is usually very clean.
I vacuumed before people came over because there was shit on the floor.
You did vacuum this time?
I did.
Oh,
usually I don't have to, but there is a buildup of shit, so I had to vacuum.
It's a lot like Beano hair.
No, just like crumbs.
Oh, I was supposed to go like literal shit on the floor.
No, I usually make it to the bathroom for that. Usually. So this has been a podcast, I guess. I'm gonna eat these
he didn't like his SpaghettiOs.
It's not that I don't like them; they're just like nothing. Kind of
Tastes
disappointed
like
that
water.
they aren't worse because it's like if they were bad, then I could get a good reaction.
Yeah,
but these are just like it's
nothing.
tomato soup. It's chewy tomato soup.
That sounds delicious.
I guess that's fine. Oh, maybe I can make a grilled cheese.
Oh yeah, you should do that
and dip it in. But then I'd have to like make a grilled cheese.
It's literally bread, butter, and cheese.
It'll take upwards of 5 minutes.
Oh my god! What else do you have to do tonight?
Eat these.
Yeah, so you can make grilled cheese.
Nah.
Oh, so lazy.
I spent all afternoon cooking. I don't want to do more.
So lazy.
Yeah, I am. You know how long it took to make that lemon curd? It took like 45 minutes.
Are you like constantly stirring when you do that?
Yeah.
You're constantly stirring for 45 minutes?
Well, no, not the whole time. That's like 45 minutes for prep and like getting everything, like grating the lemon zest and everything, and then cutting the lemons up and juicing the lemons. Then getting the double boiler set up, and then letting everything cool, and then also working on the fucking cutting out the the pie crust. Getting that right. Making sure that doesn't overcook because I want it soft, not crunchy.
That's really impressive.
Yeah, it's not easy. That's why I don't do it very often. That's why it's fucking annoying when I have to go to a family gathering and like, oh, you can just make lemon tarts. And like, that's going to take me like 3 or 4 hours to do. Because I have to do it like 4 times to feed that number of people. Because there's like 100 people that show up to our family
how many people? Really? Oh my god.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Like the last big one we had before my grandma died. It was like there was over 70 people, and that wasn't even all of them.
Like, do you guys go to a big venue, or is it like it's
just in a yard?
Is it a big yard at least?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I was about to go. You're all crammed up like sardines
no,
in
it's
a
like,
little tiny yard.
We have like a little tent thing that we pop up.
Oh, okay.
That's like as big as probably my kitchen, and then over, and then my living room.
That's why it's like an all-day event, right?
And then there's like 4 of those long white tables that we have set up, and then there's like a couple picnic tables, and yeah.
So I have to watch Stargate by myself.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man.
But I did work today, so I actually have to do my presentation and a lot of homework.
Do you? Do you though?
Yeah, I kind of. I have a low A in that class. I can't let it go down to a B.
That's better than anything I ever got in high school. That's not true. I got a 99 in one class.
I was gonna say you weren't that.
That
bad.
I was. Do you want me to call my mom?
No, because
she'll tell you.
She's gonna mention that one that you failed that one class. It was
2
chemistry.
classes.
It was 2?
Mm-hmm.
Because one was chemistry.
Yeah, it was.
What was the other one?
Honors algebra 2.
It was algebra 2?
Honors algebra 2.
Honors.
Both of them I failed with a 69. Passing grade is a 70.
So
that's not a joke.
So I actually had 2 classes where I was supposed to fail, but they were not. In my school, you were not allowed to fail students, and one of them was chemistry.
That's stupid.
One of them was chemistry, and then the other one was honors art of the essay. It was an essay writing course, and it's because my teacher in high school lost my last 2 papers, and I never backed up any of my work, so my laptop crashed from a virus. I didn't start backing up my work until 10 years later.
Oh.
I lost so much work so often. And now I finally have like an external hard drive.
That stresses me.
But I have an external hard drive now.
I
Don't
have
you
all
worry.
of my photos backed up across 2 different hard drives in my machine and then on the cloud.
Yeah.
And when I get the money, I'm going to buy like 4 more hard drives and I'm going to have one in a fire safe.
I'm still an old person. I have, like I said, I have a physical external hard drive.
I do too.
I don't have anything on a cloud.
Like I'm going to buy a fire safe and I'm going to keep a hard drive in there with all my stuff on it.
That's where mine is. Mine isn't
And
a
I'm
fire
going to
safe.
regularly back it up like once a month. Of course, each hard drive costs like $250, so I'm not going to be doing that for a while.
I mean, mine's really old.
Please
so
nobody
it's
burn down my
probably-
house. I don't want to have to choose between my cat and my like 12 years of photos. Obviously, I'm going to pick my cat, but I don't want to lose the photos. Can you please just not burn my apartment down? Please.
No, burn the apartment
I'm
down.
not even allowed to have
Burn it
candles.
down. But with that class, when she lost my last 2 papers, she's like, "Oh, just print me out another one." And I was like, dude, my computer had a virus and I had to completely wipe everything, and I got it back running using like command prompt and all that shit. Like that's how long ago high school was for me. And
You
she's
still
like,
writing on the old slate board?
and so she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna give you zeros for that." And I was like, "Well, it shouldn't be my fault that you lost my papers."
No, that's a little on you.
I know,
That's
but
hardcore
this was
on you.
this was
I mean, it's on her too, but
this was 16-year-old me, so I automatically assumed
that makes it
nothing
okay.
was my fault. Absolutely nothing was my fault ever. Yeah, and then the year after that, I went to in the morning. I was in high school, and in the other half, I was at college. So,
lose any papers in there?
not that I'm aware, but that college was set up pretty differently. I don't know if I ever mentioned it. The top 5 students of that whole entire class had their own section. So everyone had like desk, and then there's this high-rise table with the top 5 students, and number 1 was here, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they didn't implement that until after the first exam.
Did you go to Hogwarts?
No, I actually didn't. So after the first exam was over, I got like a C on it because I really didn't give a shit, right? And then they implemented that, and I was obviously not in the top 5, and I was like, "Oh, fuck that. I'm going to get into the top 5." And I did. I was number 1 the whole rest of the year. I was number 1, and this guy named like Derek was always number 2, and he used to call me like a cunt and a bitch all the time because I used to always do better than him on papers. It was great.
So there are 2 types of people in the world who are in that situation. There are type of people who don't do well the first time, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna do well next time. I'm gonna get up there." And then there's me, who's like, I guess I'm not getting up there, and then you just go about your day. Like I would not have given a fuck. I did not give a shit.
Like the district that I lived in, even like the colleges around there, because the college I went to, I wasn't with college kids. It was a college program specifically for high school kids. We were taught at college, like college levels and stuff like that. Yep. So it was a little higher than the honors courses and stuff. And you had to go to a different school to do that in the other half of the day. They posted everyone's grades all the time. Like I said, when I was graduating high school, they would post for everyone to see what college you got accepted to. And like I've mentioned, but not on this podcast, they don't vet it.
No.
So they just ask you to say, what college did you get accepted to and you're going to on this piece of paper. And I wrote down like Harvard or something like that. And it popped, like that's my name. I got into Harvard. I didn't even apply. I didn't even go to college. Like I didn't even apply to a college at that point.
I would have gone the exact opposite route. I wouldn't have cared. Like even if I had gotten accepted into Caltech or MIT or one of those, Caltech sent me a letter once. It's not a big deal. It's really funny. I told my dad about that and he laughed.
So my awesome reaction too.
But like I would have just put down like whatever community college. I would have thought it was funny.
You were made fun of if you went to a community college.
I don't give a shit.
Which is the first
fuck you.
The first college I went to. Obviously other than the high school one and whatever, because that was technically college and I got college credits for it when I like became 18, the first college I went to was a community college. So, and it was like, I did it to get out of work, but like I did it to get
the best reason to do anything.
To get out of farm work.
What's the Ron Swanson quote? It's like, I would work all night if it meant nothing got done.
Yeah.
I love it.
So yeah, that's what I did. And then it took a lot for like me, because of the environment I grew up in, to not be like, wow, I'm a failure because I went to community college. I went to community college for a year, and then I transferred it into the big university in West Virginia University. Survived half a year there, fucking hated it, and then I went to a college in New York City, and now we're here. That's my life, everyone. Thank you.
There's a great, have you seen the meme where it's like, don't go to college and just get a job, and it's a dude stepping on a rake, and then it's like, you know, go to a prestigious college, get this degree, and it's like a dude like grinding a rake down a pipe, and then they just land, and it's like going to the job force, and then they step on the rake.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah.
I see so many people now being like, oh, don't go to college, go to a trade. You make so much money. And I'm like, what trade are you going into?
I mean, like,
Please
maybe right off the
know.
bat, like, we make more money than someone who is working at a fucking grocery store.
I was gonna say, not gonna lie, I make more money now than I did when I was working jobs where you needed a bachelor's degree or a master's. I'm making more money now,
and I mean, I'm sure that the higher end of those jobs is much higher than the higher end of our job, but right off the bat, we probably make more. But we also have to do a lot more physical work.
I was gonna say, they don't talk about that, the fact when you're 35 you blow out your knees, and
my knees are gone.
You can barely walk, and you can get silicosis or something, like whatever, like when you get silica in your lungs.
No, you can just get fucked up lung. You can get it. Yeah, there's a million different things that you can get sucked into your lungs. It's great. I'm about to shit my pants, so we're gonna end this for real now.
Okay. This is podcast. Bye, everyone.
Fucking episode 27 or whatever. Who cares?